Next up is Phoenix Youth Programs Youth Center. Please welcome Director Mel Sturk. Mel.
Good evening, everyday superheroes. My name is Mel Sturk, and I'm the Director of Development at Phoenix Youth Programs. And it's a really sincere honor to be here tonight, even with the huge task that I have in front of me of telling you in just 5 minutes the positive impact Phoenix has had for literally thousands of homeless, at-risk, and marginalized youth, and why we need your support to continue our important work. I'll tell you some brief stories of resiliency, courage, and transformation, but first some basics. Many of you may think of Phoenix Youth Programs as Phoenix House, which was our first program in 1987. But since then, Phoenix has continued to innovate and grow based on the needs of our community. We actually offer 12 programs in over 10 locations in Halifax and the broader HRM. Should we be the incredibly appreciative recipients of tonight's support, we'll use it to provide much-needed services at the Phoenix Center for Youth. Services include access to laundry facilities, bus tickets to get to appointments, counseling services, healthcare, childcare, emergency food, advocacy, social supports, services that are critical building blocks for the dignity that we all deserve. And just like everyone in this room, each young person who comes to Phoenix has a complex story. Although our stories are multi-layered, if someone asked you, "Who are you?" you would probably say, "I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a dad, I'm a hockey coach, I'm a musician." However, when youth come to Phoenix, their responses are quite different. They choose items like unwanted, poor, a dropout, a bad kid. No matter which Phoenix door is knocked on, we have the privilege of helping youth recognize their talents, build their strengths, and create beautiful new stories. So consider X. He was taken to the mall by his parents with his 2 siblings one evening and was asked to sit on a bench while they shopped. His parents never returned. He became a ward of the court when he was 5 and experienced horrific forms of abuse until he aged out at 16. With nowhere to go, he turned to Phoenix. With caring, encouragement, and opportunities, his story changed. Now, if you asked him who he is, he would undoubtedly respond with a political leader, a husband, and a father. Or consider Jay, who's a young teen at Phoenix's Youth and Community Center here in Mulgrave Park. Although incredibly vibrant, this community faces socioeconomic challenges, and the youth living there are often stigmatized. Jay loves to sing, though, and she joined our choir. She has an incredible voice. Her narrative now includes singing to over 900 people at our holiday event, backed up by the Nova Scotia Symphony. Just think of how her story has changed. Phoenix meets youth where they are and customizes supports to each person. Kay entered Phoenix through our prevention program. Her family situation was extremely challenging with a younger sibling and a mother who was suffering with mental health issues. Kay would be the one to pay the bills, take care of her family, and go to school. When she told our staff of her goal to become a chef, our staff responded with, "We can work on this." It was the we that made Kate realize she was finally going to get the help that she and her family desperately needed, and she did. Phoenix supported her mother with health care and got her back on income assistance. Kay recently graduated culinary school, and she's now an up-and-coming chef here in Halifax. You may run across her. And at Phoenix, we don't give up. H started with Phoenix at our Learning and Employment Center. Through the center, she obtained employment, but she lost the job and was evicted from her apartment. She came back to Phoenix, bags in hand, and stayed for a short time at our shelter. Having lived independently for a while, she became pregnant and decided to leave an unhealthy relationship. Arriving back again with Phoenix. Phoenix helped H obtain long-term housing, and she participates in our parenting support program. Today, she has a metal fabrication diploma from NSCC, and she has the award for Most Improved Student. Phoenix welcomes youth, all youth. Take Q. He entered Phoenix through our Center for Youth, the location I mentioned earlier that would receive the support if we're the recipients tonight. With averted eyes, Kay wouldn't shake our staff's outreached hand. He said, "I'm too dirty." Our staff responded with, "We accept you just as you are," and she put his hand in hers. Obviously, I provided Cole's Notes versions of stories tonight, but I hope they illustrate that youth matter. No matter who they are or how they arrive at our doors, they matter, and with supports, they can create beautiful new narratives and thrive. Sometimes I think about the impact if Phoenix no longer existed. I think that we would have more poverty, more homelessness, more hopelessness, less musicians, political leaders, chefs and tradespeople, and so on. To me, this isn't an option. And with your support, we will create new stories. Will you help us to continue to show youth that they matter? Thank you so much, Everyday Heroes.